we are going to continue with this house. And well, I have completed the volume. Where is it? All the walls. I don't have the roof, but there's a flat roof here that you have to do, and then you have to open all the windows. And well, looking at this, we have something. You see that there's an overhang here. This overhang is too much, and that's why on the AutoCAD drawing, we have a column here. Well, this column, it looks like a rectangle or a square, but it's not. We will do something special for that column. But in this video, I want to show you how to do the staircase. There is a tool in architecture. We have stairs, but well, we can use this option. But at this point, I want you to understand what a staircase is. It's not just getting to know the tool, Revit tool, to make staircases. It's just to understand what the staircase is. And so we are going to use a command that it's not this one, it's not the staircase. So we're going to fabricate, or we're going to model the staircase step by step, understanding the size of the steps and what we have to do, and because we have different heights from the level 0 to level 1, and then we have a different height from level 1 to level 2. And as you can see, the staircase that goes from the basement to the first floor is just this, and the staircase that goes from the first floor to the second floor is this one. So we have this. So we have to go one step up, and then 1, 2, 3 steps. And here we have like a bridge to connect this landing to this corridor here. Let's start with this one, which is the easiest one. And here on level 1, the first thing we have to do, we have to open space, because if we go up, we don't need to have a floor here, because we don't want to hit our head on the slab, on the floor slab. So the first thing we have to do is to open a void, as we did here. We have to open a void for that staircase. So apparently, you see that we have well, it's difficult to tell, but I'm going to use this line here, and this is the end of the void. So if we select the floor, we edit boundary, and I'm going to use this tool, pick lines, and I'm going to pick this one, and this, and this. Now I have to trim. And attach. There you go. So this is the first floor. This is the entrance. I don't have the door here, but you know that there's a door here. Then there's a corridor, and this is the void that well, we start on the basement, and we go up, and we end up here, and then we can go either to the living room or to the kitchen. This is the kitchen. Okay. So now I'm going to model that staircase from the basement. To do that, I'm going to use a section, because I need to know the section or the vertical distance from the basement to the first floor. So if we want to create a section through the staircase, we have to go to View, Section, and then make sure that we have this. We can either look at this side or at the other side. Okay, that's fine. And now in sections, we have section 1, and this is the section. Okay, so this is the basement, and this is the first floor, basement, first floor. And then we have to start modeling steps all the way up. And we arrive at this landing. And then this is the wall, and then I go either to the kitchen or to the living room. Okay, so this door is this one. So we have to start the staircase here. How many steps do we have? We have to count the vertical line. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. We have 16 steps. So if we have 16 steps, this is the first one. And we have the width of steps here. We can measure, or we can do something different. Let's measure. Annotate, align. What's the width of a step? It's 9.5 inches. Okay, we can do that. And on section 1, if this is the final, I'm going to use an auxiliary line. And that's interesting because when we are using a section and we want to model a line, we need to let Revit know what plane we're going to work with. Okay, and what's the plane? So I'm going to draw on that plane. What is this? If I go to the 3D view, I use wireframe. You see, this is the plane in which I'm going to start drawing lines. Okay, so in section 1, I'm drawing on that plane, and on that plane, I'm going to start drawing model lines. I pick a plane, and I'm going to pick this one. You see that we can select a line, but if I hover the mouse, then the plane is selected, is highlighted. So I'm going to use that plane, and now I'm going to draw a line, and I'm going to offset. I'm going to use another command, is offset, and the distance is 9.5 inches, 9.5 inches, 9.5. And you see that if I hover the mouse here, the dashed line shows the direction, but I want to go in the other direction. So I will 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 16. Okay, so I have to go from that point, and this is the starting point of the staircase. Now I can draw another line connecting the first and the last point. And now I can extend like this. You see, I have used this command, it's extend. If I select this, this is the line, this is the limit, and this is the line that I want to extend. limit, and extend, limit, extend. So on and so forth. And now I want to work with the steps. So you know that the steps are going to be, this is the first, the second, the third. So what can I do now? I am going to use, there are different ways to do this. I'm going to use one of my favorite tools in Revit, which is in architecture component model in place. If we do this, we have to select the category. Are there stairs? Yeah, there are stairs. So I'm going to model my own stair. So it's not the default staircase that you can find in the Revit tool, but I'm going to model something that I'm designing on my own. And I'm going to use this extrusion, this solid extrusion. And okay, so we can start doing this. And then another step, you see that I'm tracing the steps. And now I have to go the vertical, I have to do the vertical line. If I want to move faster, I can select everything, I can copy. Well, if I have a horizontal one, then I have to start with a vertical one. So I select copy. And now I do this and this. I don't need this line. And if before finishing the command, I have to make sure that this is a closed line. So if this has to be a closed line, then I have to do an offset, and then I will, okay, I'm going to do it. I'm going to use offset. The offset is going to be, let's type 1 inch, and then I can do that. Then I have to trim. Remember that it has to be an offset. If the line is too thick and you have this option, we can click here, the thin lines, and now we see the thin lines. I think it works better. Remember that it has to be closed. So I'm closing this. And then I can keep working with the offset like this. And then use the trim. Or I can copy from this point to this. No, it doesn't work. Okay, I'll keep doing the offsets. I'll trim. Okay, And now there's one line left, this one. If I finish, now I have a solid element, but I need to know where I am. Okay, so if you go to level 2, you see that the staircase starts here, but we need to drag this up to this point. This is the total width of the staircase. Then we finish model again and save project. And now we go to the 3D view. You see that there's a perfect staircase here. Okay, and on the section, we see the staircase. We don't need any of these lines anymore. I like this because you control what you're doing. If you're using the staircase tool or the stair tool, you don't know what Revit does. And sometimes it's faster, but if you don't control what you are doing, the result cannot be the best one. Here I control everything. And well, we can control that if I'm going up, my head is not hitting this point, the slab here. Okay, so that's why I can't make this void any smaller because I can hit my head on that slab. So that's when we're designing staircases, we have to design a plan, and then we have to check the section that there's enough distance from, and what's the distance? Well, the distance between this point and this point has to be more than 7 feet, probably. 8 between this and this. Yeah, if it's more than 7 feet, we're good. We're good, except a guy is more than 7 foot tall, but it hardly ever happens. So that's the staircase, and that's the first staircase from the basement to the first floor.